I'm going to review addition property of equality. And the definition of the addition property of equality is basically you can add the same number or variable to both sides of an equation. And we use it all the time. This is a basic building block for algebra and algebra 2 and trigonometry. Basically say if you add something to both sides of an equation, you're not changing anything, it's still balanced, and you can solve for different problems using this technique. So let me just give you a situation, and just for fun. So if I have a box, right? I have another box. They're the same size, and they have little plush blue doggy toys. This box has 3, and this box has 3. They're the exact same size. One is equal to the other. They cost the same. They're the same size. Forgive me if it's not exactly the same. They're the same size. Now, if I were to be working at a factory for this plush dogs, and I decide that it's going to make economic sense and there's enough space to add one more plush toy into each one. Now, if I add it here, now these two boxes are not equal. This has 4, this does not have 4, this has 3. But if I add one here and I have one here, they're equal. They're the same size box, they have the same number of toys, they're still equal. And that's what the whole addition property of equality. You can add a number or a variable. I'm going to put or variable here, or variable, because that's important too. I messed up on that. You can add a number or variable to both sides of an equation, and it doesn't change. It's still balanced. It's still equal. That one side is still equal to the other. So how does this function in math? Well, let me give you an idea. Let's say I have this problem. X plus 4 equals 10. Okay? Now, in order to solve for x, and it says solve for x, when it says solve for a variable, I know at the end it should say x equals a number, a certain number, right? A number. Okay? Now, all right. So using the addition property of equality, I can subtract both sides by the same number. In this case, what is next to x? X plus 4. I can, well, actually, my bad. X minus 4. Okay? Let's make that x minus 4. So if I add 4 to both sides, look what happens. Well, did I do the same thing to both sides? Yes. Is that what I did in these two boxes of animal furry toys? Yes. So on this side of the equal sign, I added 4. This side. Essentially, I didn't change anything. All I'm doing is adding 4 to each side, which still makes them balanced. And that's why I can do it. A question. So x minus 4 plus 4. Now, I have a trick for adding and subtracting integers, which I always teach my Algebra 1 students, and I always relate it to money. So if I owe $4 and I have $4, so owing would be negative, having would be positive, and I paid my debt, do I have any money left over? And the answer is no. If you owe 4 and you have 4, you pay your debt, you have 0 money. So it's x plus 0 equals, I have $10, I have $4, I have $14. And x plus 0, which we're going to get to the identity soon, is x. Any number plus 0 is the same number. Any variable plus 0 is the same variable. Here's my answer. How can I check it? Whenever I have an equation, I can check it by writing the original equation and substituting the answer. And this should be a minus. I goofed it again. This should be a minus 14 minus 4 equals 10. And this gives me 10 equals 10, which is a true statement. Therefore, this is my answer. X is equal to 14. And I was able to find it by manipulating. Now you may say, oh, well, I could kind of guess. And that's true. You probably could for the very simple ones. But when we get into long equations, not so simple. And you will need to use this property of equality, addition property of equality, adding numbers to both sides of an equation. Thank you. Hope it helps.